Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, in this audio program, I wanted to talk about 5 truths about the game and attracting women. All right, so I wanted to do this because what I noticed in the dating game basically is that a lot of times the reason why guys sort of have a problem or an issue or things aren't going the way they want it to go is because they don't really understand the reality of the situation when it comes to the game, right? So what I wanted to do was I wanted to break down, 5 truths about the game and attracting women. And there's a lot of other, there's more than 5 truths, but I just wanted to pick 5 of them for this audio video to, let you know what it is, right? So I'm gonna just go from 5 to 1. Is not like anyone is more important than the other. I just like doing countdown sometimes. So fuck it. You feel me? So number 5. Number 5 is the 5th truth is women are attracted to confidence. Okay, women are attracted to confidence, right? So a lot of times, I hear guys, they hit me up all the time. This never fails. Dudes all the time is like, yo, man, Mr. Locario, it's all about the look, son. It's all about you got to be sexy, son. And if you ain't sexy, bitches ain't trying to fuck with you, my nigga. You understand? Like, I get all those things every day, or you got to have a lot of money and yada, yada, yada. You feel what I mean? And the thing is this, man, is like, a chick generally is going to be attracted to a man who is confident. See, what you got to understand is this. You could have a good looking guy, right? And a woman can actually think he's attractive. She might be like, oh, he's cute, right? Now, that good looking guy might be insecure, right? So him being insecure is going to make him unattractive to her, even if she thinks he is cute. You understand? A guy can have a whole bunch of money and all this other shit, and a chick will get what it do because he has a whole bunch of money. But the thing is that she's gonna see he's a simp. She's gonna see that she could just use him for the money, and she's not necessarily attracted to him, as far as like really wanting to be with him like that. She's just with him because she knows she could take advantage of him and use his money. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you have confidence, and let's say you are good looking and you got money, then that's a bonus. But at the end of the day, women are attracted to confidence. You understand? And see, the reason why women are attracted to confidence is because what happens is that a lot of women are insecure, and confidence makes a woman feel secure. She's around a guy who makes her feel like, wow, this guy, he knows where he's going. He knows what he's about. He's someone that I could follow. You understand? So this is someone I can get down with their program, and he can make my life better. Do you understand? All of that is portrayed when a guy exudes confidence. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why you could have dudes who are, not that good looking. You understand what I'm saying? And, they could get shit popping with chicks. You understand? Because they got that confidence. They got that game. You understand? So, the thing is that, all these dudes is talking about, oh, it's just about looks and all of that other craziness. Is like, nah, it's about the fact that these guys have confidence, and that's what chicks are going to be attracted to. So that's number 5, right? Now, the 4th truth about the game and attracting women is how a woman feels will, in most cases, dictate your success with her. Okay, so how a woman feels will, dictate if you're going to be successful or not with that specific chick. You understand? So what happens is that a lot of guys still don't understand that women are moved and driven by their feelings. Now, there are times where a woman is feeling a certain way. She's in a certain mood, right? And it basically has nothing to do with you. It's just she's feeling a certain way, and then she's going to react based off of how she's feeling. And in some cases, you can't do anything about it. So this is, a situation where, let's say you get a girl's number, and like everything seems cool when you got the number, and then you hit her up, a few days later, and then she's like, she's not picking up, she's not returning your call or whatever, she's not texting you back. and she could be not texting you back because she's just in a bad mood, or some shit happened, or she got into an argument with a friend or whatever, and all that other dumb shit. And now since she's, not feeling like she's in a good mood, she doesn't feel like talking to anybody, so then she's not going to text you back, right? Now, see, what you got to understand about the feelings though, and this is where you come in, is that in some cases when you're dealing with the girl one-on-one and you're interacting with a chick, like when you're first talking to her, flirting with a girl or whatever, a lot of times what you do and how you interact with a girl and the things you talk about can influence how she feels. You understand? So what a lot of guys do, a lot, in the game, and this is kind of like something that most guys don't realize that they're doing, is that a lot of guys are asking about, what do you say? Because I always get dudes, Mr. Lucario, what's some lines that I can say to a girl? What should I say here? And a lot of times it has more to do with not necessarily what you're saying, but the emotion that she feels about, when the situation is happening, when you and her are interacting with each other. So it's not necessarily too much about what you're saying. It's about how you're saying what you're saying and what you're doing in the situation to create an emotional, situation. And that's the thing that's going to, get her in a mood to want to fuck with you. You understand what I'm saying? It's a vibe. It's a feeling that she gets when she's dealing with you. And again, this is why I was saying, going back to number 5, we talk about confidence. A lot of times if you have that confidence and you're interacting with a girl and you're talking to her and you're flirting with her and all that other stuff, it creates a certain feeling in her, which makes her want to get with you. It turns her on and all that other stuff. You understand? So, chicks are all about their feelings, and their feelings are going to dictate whether you have that success. And so you can do things that influence a chick to be basically in that mood to make something go down. You understand what I'm saying? But again, it's still all going back to those feelings, right? So that's number 4. Now, the third truth about the dating game and attracting women is that you have to study and practice the game for a long time to get really good. All right, you have to study and practice the game for a long time to get really good. Right? So the thing is this, if you're really a student of the game, right? You know that you never really stop learning. You feel what I'm saying? But you understand though that once you start to practice the game, study it, and implement it in your life, that you start to get better. You understand? Because back in the days, I went from being, it was times where I would go out, hang out, and I would want to talk to chicks, and it would take me hours just to go up to one girl. You understand? Sometimes it would take me hours where I didn't even go up to any girl. You understand? I would just go home all upset at myself, kicking myself in the ass because I didn't go up to anybody. You understand? So imagine you go from that to being able to be comfortable enough to approach girls in any situation, get numbers, flirt with chicks here and there, and all the other stuff. You understand? But the thing is that it took a long time for that to happen. It didn't happen overnight. So, a lot of you guys out there who are, on the sidelines, and you're still scared to go out, you're still, trying to make shit happen. You have to understand that if you're not really out there putting in that work, if you're not really studying the game, if you're not putting anything into practice, you're not going to get good. You're not going to, increase your skills and your skill set, you understand, in the game to make shit happen for you. Right? So you have to understand that you have to actually study and practice the game for a long time to get good. And also understand that, this is a process. This is not something you're just going to be like, oh yeah, I've reached the end of it and we're done. I finished studying the game. It's like, nah, there's so much more for you to learn. There's so much more things that you can implement, because the thing is, the game, it changes, a lot, as years go by, shit changes. Just like right now, we have a lot of technology and things weren't like this before, you understand? And who knows what's going to happen later where, the interactions between men and women and how all these different things are going to change how we approach the game. You feel what I'm saying? So you're always going to be learning, and you have to understand that if you need to study and practice the shit continuously in order to get really good, right? Now, The number two truth about the game and attracting women, and this is something that dudes really got to understand, right? The number two is you will not date or sleep with most of the women you talk to. You will not date or sleep with most of the women you talk to. Now, earlier today, I was watching a video by this guy. I'm not going to mention his name. And he was talking about how he was taking some advice from some dating coach. I'm not going to mention the dating coach's name, right? But the dating coach, he said in the video, the guy who was saying in the video, that the dating coach told him that, he should go out and approach, 25 girls a day, or, and try to at least like get, holler at 100 girls a week and trying to make something happen, right? And so the dating coach also said that out of those 100 girls, you'll probably get maybe between 10 and 12 of them, right? So now this guy on the video, he was talking and he was saying that, the dating coach said you got to talk to 100 girls and, you'll get 10 to 12. And the dating coach wasn't me, by the way, if you're thinking it was somebody else. But I also agree with this dating coach. So he said, the dating coach said you got to talk to 100 girls, you probably get 10 to 12 of them or whatever, right? So the guy who, was in the video talking about it, he was like, yeah, this dating coach said you got to talk to 100 girls and then you're going to get maybe 10 or 12 of them. And then he was like, but that's crazy though. Like I don't want to get just 10 or 12 girls. I want to get like at least 80 or 90 of them. You understand? And so again, this is what I was saying at the beginning of the video, is that a lot of dudes who don't understand the game, they don't understand the game. Okay. It's like, how do I even say this? They really think, see, a lot of these dudes, they come to this type of shit and they look at the game and they're expecting like unrealistic shit. You understand what I'm saying? So he's talking about, I don't want to have to, like, if I'm going to talk to 100 girls, I want to get 80 of them. Ain't nobody talking to 100 women and getting 80 or 90 of them. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't, and forget women, that doesn't happen in any type of facet of life when you're talking about numbers. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because there's so many variables that's going to lend itself to you only getting that amount, and getting 10 to 12 out of 100 is a good ratio, right? But he doesn't understand that. And so he doesn't understand that you won't date or sleep with most of the women that you talk to. You know why? Because you're going to run into girls who got boyfriends. You're going to run into girls who are lesbians. You're going to run into girls who you actually get their number and interact with them and the shit just don't work out. You're going to run into chicks who are not going to like you. You understand? There's so many other different things that's going to stop you from actually dating and getting with these chicks. You're going to run into girls who are attention whores. There's so many different things that's going to make that shit go to that 10 to 12 number out of 100. You understand? But see, knowing this and knowing this about the dating game is going to get you to have more success, because imagine you're a guy who knows this, right? Let's say you know this, you understand this truth, versus a guy who doesn't understand this truth, right? So the guy who doesn't understand this truth, he's going to go out and talk to a few girls, and then those girls are going to reject them. And let's say he talks to like 8 girls, and 8 of those girls reject him. And he's going to be thinking, damn, this game shit don't work. This is whack. It's a scam. Yada, 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 yada. You feel what I'm saying? And so he don't understand that he needed to keep talking to a number of different chicks and play the numbers game, which is how the game is played, right? And then he will actually, get shit popping for him. You understand? So, you gotta understand this aspect of the game. And the thing is, of course, when you get, really good at the game, like I was talking about in number 3, when you get really good at the game, instead of you talking to 100 girls and getting, 10 to 12, you might talk to 100 girls and get, 15 to 20. You understand? if you get really good, but it's still going to be that, range of number. You're not going to talk to 100 girls and get 98. You understand what I'm saying? It just doesn't work that way. Right. And you have to understand that truth. You see what I mean? Because if you don't understand that truth, you're going to be, walking around with this expectation. And when that expectation doesn't, happen, you're going to be upset, frustrated, and all that other stuff. You feel me? So that's number 2. You have to understand that you won't date or sleep with most of the women you talk to. Now, number 1. Now, the number 1 truth about the game and attracting women, right, is the game will only work for you if you make it work for you. I'm going to say that again. The game will only work for you if you make it work for you. And I'm saying you in capital letters, YOU. Okay. So what does that mean, Mr. Lucario? Huh? So basically what you have to understand about the game, right, is that, studying this and understanding, what to do, how to do it, how to go about it. It's about you taking the information and actually applying it and basically making it your own, right? So first, when we talk about taking the information, what I mean by this is the reason why a lot of times shit doesn't work for a lot of guys who say, yeah, I tried all that stuff and, it's not working, yada, yada, yada. The reason why it's not really working is because truthfully, most of the time, guys aren't really doing the things that they're supposed to do. They're not following the game. They're not following the rules of the game. You understand what I'm saying? So you tell a dude, hey, listen, if you get a chick's number, hit her up, set up a date, and then, just see her on the date and don't be calling her during the week. Then this motherfucker calls her during the week and texting her all during the week because he's like, oh, but I felt like I needed to build attraction and I had to call her, so that she wouldn't forget about me and yada, yada, yada. And then he's upset that shit's not working. And I'm like, you didn't fucking follow the game. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of times it's only going to work for you if you make it work for you. And the way that you make it work for you is you have to understand how to make shit go, you have to understand what you need to do and then do that. Right. And the thing is, you got to understand this is that the truth of the matter is, and I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. And some people are going to get it now. Some people will get it later and some people will probably never get it. Right. What you got to understand is that Mr. Lucario, or anybody else, any other coach or pickup artist or whatever you want to call it, right? We don't technically help you. Okay? We don't help you. Do you know how you get help? You help yourself. This is self-help, right? We give you the tools so that you can help yourself. Right? Like I saw this video the other day too, where this guy, he was talking about the same type of thing where he was like, yeah, I tried these programs out and like it just doesn't work and I don't understand it and blah, 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 blah. And then it was funny because at the end of the video, he basically said what the problem was, and he didn't realize that he said what the problem was, because he said, yeah, I had another friend who tried it out and it worked for him. I had another friend who tried it out and worked for him, and this other guy I knew, he tried it out and worked for him, but I don't know, for some reason it's not working for me. Right? Again, like I said, the game will only work for you if you make it work for you. So he basically answered his own question. It's not working for him because he's not making it work for him. His other friends and the other people he knew, the reason why it worked for them is because they made it work for them. See, the part that most guys miss is that it doesn't work for them, and then they think this is bullshit, it doesn't work. No, it didn't work for you because you didn't do the things you needed to do to make it work. You understand? And so the thing you got to understand is that certain guys are going to have to, work harder in certain cases, only because certain guys might have a little bit more trouble doing certain things. So, for example, you might have a guy who, you might have two guys who are nervous to talk to women. They're scared to approach women, right? Now, both of them try to actually approach women. Now, let's say you got guy A and guy B. Now, guy A starts to approach women, and then he starts to feel comfortable immediately. He's like, yo, this is not even that big of a deal. So then he starts to approach more. And the shit, he's just picking this shit up. Then you have guy B, who he's approaching women, but he's still a little bit hesitant. He's still a little scared. You understand? He still, gets nervous and all that other stuff, right? Now, guy A and guy B are doing the same exact thing. But for guy B, because of how he's feeling within the situation, it's a little bit harder for him than it is for guy A. But they're doing the exact same, basically the same things. But it's about the guy B, and he has to work on his shit more to get to the point where guy A is. You understand? But it's not that the actual game doesn't work. It's that you have to work the game. You understand? And see, what happens is that a lot of times when, shit doesn't work out for guys, what's happening is that they're looking for reasons to justify why it doesn't work for them, or to justify, why it doesn't work, period. So you have guys out there that are like, oh, this shit doesn't work. And then I'll be like, nah, go out, try to talk to some girls, learn how to interact with chicks, learn how to, open up a conversation, go indirect or direct, close the deal, plan the date, do this, do that, whatever it is, right? And so a guy, he'll go up and he'll be like, all right, I'm going to go talk to this chick. And then he goes up and talks to the girl, and then the girl rejects him. And then he's like, see, none of this stuff works. I knew it was all about looks, and it's because I'm ugly. So now, because of what happened, he's trying to justify and look for reasons, to sort of, go with his narrative of what he thinks the game is about. So now, since that girl rejected him, he falls back into, oh, it's all about looks, because that's what he believes. And that's what's going to make it make sense for him, so that he can feel not so bad, or feel like, well, I can't do anything. He has an excuse now. He has an excuse to lean on, so he doesn't have to put in any work. He doesn't have to try to do anything. Because, see, the thing is this. If the game, basically it was just the game doesn't work, you would not have, in your rationalization, is this all about looks or whatever it is, you wouldn't have all these dudes who are not that good looking with chicks, and with hot chicks at that. You understand? And it's not like it's a rarity or it's an anomaly. No, you have a good number of dudes, because most people out here aren't like super attractive like that. You understand what I'm saying? Most people are, if we're gonna talk about attractiveness, and like if we're looking at it in a general sense, the good majority of people, men and women, are average looking. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you got a lot of average to below average looking guys who can get these hot girls. And again, like I was saying earlier, with number 4, it's all about how women feel. So these guys know how to tap into those feelings, right? But again, the game will only work for you if you make it work for you. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. So the thing is, a lot of guys who are trying to learn game or try to make shit, go down, and then it doesn't happen, a lot of times it comes from, you not really basically learning what you need to do. It comes from you not really pushing yourself to make it happen for you. You understand? And, it comes from you just giving up and being like, well, fuck all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that, in order for you guys to really step up your game and make shit happen, and to really, get what you want out of this, you have to understand the reality of the situation. You have to understand, the true nature of this. Because if you don't, you're going to be coming at it in a way that's going to leave you with disappointment, because your expectations of what you think is supposed to happen, it's not going to happen. And then you're going to be, left out in the cold. You're going to think, it's just because, I suck and no girls ever like me and blah, 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 blah. And that you're just going to go around in that circle. You understand? So that is pretty much it, guys. Make sure you guys click that link below and get tickets to my seminar, the Bad Boy Seminar, okay, which is on March 25th. Get your tickets today. Space is limited. I want to see all of you guys in New York City, March 25th. So make sure you guys get your tickets today. All right. So that's it. I'm out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Click the link below or go to MrLocario.com to get tickets for the Bad Boy Seminar, which is on March 25th, 2017. Space is limited, so get your tickets today.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.